morning, students. So far we discussed the chapter marginalization, and we discussed here how the particular group of society was considered to live on the margin and how they were considered as inferior class of society, how they were socially excluded. We came to know about them through the story or case study of Advasis, and we came to understand how in a single society different groups were treated differently. So let us discuss about the Advasis from the story. So far we discussed the case study and we came to know that who were Advasis. We have to understand this also. Advasis means original inhabitants, the communities who live in close association with forest, who are very connected with the forest area. Around 8% of the India's population is Advasis. There are more than over 100 different Advasis groups. Odisha is home to more than 60 different groups of Advasis. So we need to understand Advasis are scattered all over parts of India, and they practice a tribal religion which include different types of culture, like dancing is there, and different types of cultural practices like spirit worship of forest area. Now, but there is some stereotype. Connected to the Advasis. In our India, usually showcase Advasis community in particular ways. Thus, during school functions or other official events, or in books and movies also, we have seen that Advasis are portrayed in a particular type, or in a fixed type. That they are wearing beautiful costumes, their headgear, and through the dancing, they are always dancing. So this is the stereotype we have made about Advasis. That is why in the case study, girl asked question that why Advasis are always shown in a particular stereotype, in a particular way. As you have already read in our history book, forests were absolutely crucial to the development of all the empires and settled civilization in India. Metal sources like iron, copper, gold and silver, gold and diamonds, invaluable timbers, most medicinal herbs and animal products, and animals themselves all came from the forest. So we saw so many products, so many valuable things were available in the forest. And that is why when people became greedy, they started looking towards forest. But here the Advasis were very innocent people. They were still dependent on the forest, not for valuable things, but for their livelihood. They also recharged many rivers. And this is why the quality of air and water was always improved there. Although they practiced many agricultural practices like septic cultivation, but it was to give again boost to the shell. Now let us discuss about the other groups are known as minorities. We need to understand this here. We need to understand that minorities. Who are the minorities? Minorities are the group who are living in less numbers in our country. Maybe it can be religious minorities, it can be caste-based minorities. Feel insecure about their lives, assets and well-being. So they are basically feeling insecure about their lives, assets and their property or their well-being. Why there is a sense of insecurity in them? Because the majority rule is there, and they are considered that if majority will rule, their voice will not be heard. But our constitution gave many safeguards to protect them. Like in our country, although on the religious matter Hindus are in majority, but still Jain, Muslims, Sikh and other religious communities are getting equal treatment, or they are not facing any such trouble. Here judicial is there to uphold the law, and it is there to enforce the fundamental rights of an individual without any discrimination. So we need to understand here how these particular marginalized group are getting the treatment, and we need to understand they are enjoying their rights. But still problem is there. Most of the marginalized group are not getting proper treatment or proper facilities in society. So there is a requirement for proper facilities, and this is how the marginalized group will get proper treatment or proper benefits in the society, and thereafter the problem will be solved, and at that time we can say that equality has been achieved at all the fronts. Thank you so much. This is all about in this